as an assistant professor in Walchand Institute of Technology as an assistant professor in the Department of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering. So today we are going to discuss about date and time module in Python. As Python is most popular language, nowadays we are using Python in almost all applications which is related to AI or machine learning. So basically, if we observe the syntax for Python, it is simpler than the other programming languages. So we should know the various modules present in Python. We are going to discuss about date and time module present in Python today. So at the end of this session, students will able to explain the date and time module in Python in detail. So basically, Python provides the date and time module which works with real dates and times. In real world application, we need to work with the date and time. So here Python enables us to schedule our Python script to run a particular timing. So in Python, the date is not data type basically, as it is an object oriented programming language. Here we can use objects of classes or the modules. Similarly, here the three modules are present. For example, date time is there, time is there, and the calendar module is there. We can use the objects of these modules by importing the module name, and we can access the methods and classes. So after that we will observe date time classes that are classified in the 6 main classes. So the first one is date, which is ideal date, we can say. It consists of year, month and day as attributes. So these three attributes are there related with the date. We can represent date using these three attributes. Also, if we consider the time, it is a perfect time we have to consider. For example, it will be having 24 by 60 by 60 format. That means 20 considering the minutes, seconds, microseconds, like. So if you consider the time, all these units, that is hour, minute, second, microsecond, and tz info, that is related with a time zone, these all attributes are considered. The next is related with the date time. That means the combination of these two, that is the date and time. So it is a grouping of both date and time. So all the attributes which are related with the date, that is year, month, day, along with the attributes which are related with the time, that is also considered. Moving on to the next, that is a time delta. So delta means basically it is a difference between the two dates or two times or two date time. So we have to see the difference between these two. Also in instances to microsecond resolution we have to see. Next is related with tzinfo, that is it provides the time zone information objects. The next one is related with the time zone. This particularly included in the new versions of Pythons. So it is the class which implements the tzinfo abstract based class. Next is related with how we can use this particular module. So we can create following 7 fields are there, total 7 fields we can create using time and date and time module. So the first field is year, the next one is month, day, hours, minutes, seconds and microseconds. These are total 7 fields present. So if you observe here, the first field is there, that is year, having the 4 bits, the month which is having 2 bits, day also having 2 bits, hours are also having 2 bits, minutes and seconds also having 2 bits, but the microsecond field is having total 6 bits since the microseconds are present accordingly. So if you observe here, the current date we can represent 20th March. So in the month it is displayed as a 03, day will be taken as a 20, whatever the date is there, and the year is represented using 4-bit format, that is 2023, so 2023. Also the hours and minutes are displayed likewise. So hours is suppose 10, minutes are 30, then whatever the seconds are there, that is in between 0 to 60, so the 60 seconds are there, and microseconds in as a 000,500, that means 500 microseconds. Now there are two ways to create date in Python using date time module. So first one is using the now method. So here is the syntax for how we can use the now method. So for that, first of all, we have to import the DATTime module. When we import this, basically this particular module is imported first. That means whatever the classes and methods which are available in the DATTime module, that all are present in our particular the current program. So first of all, we are going to import that module. When we import the module, we can use the methods of that module. So in the second line, if you observe, there is a DATTime, then DATTime. So the first DATTime is for the module name, next DATTime is for the class name, then after that there is a method, that is a now method present. So by using now method, whatever the current time or date is there, that we can display. So if you observe the output will be having the 7 fields in that. So whatever the today's date is there, for example 20, the first block is related with the year, so it is 2023. Next is related with the month, that is 03. Then after that there is a date, that is 20 also. Then the remaining three fields which are related with the time. So whatever the time is there, that is 10 hours, 30 minutes, 60 seconds and 500 microseconds. So all these fields are present accordingly. Now moving on to the next method, that is how to display the same using DATTime constructor. Basically we were using the now method first. Using now method, we have displayed the current date and time. Now we are going to see about the constructor. So here basically we will first of all discuss what is a constructor. So constructor is nothing but a special type of methods present in object oriented programming languages. So this constructors are mostly having the same name as a class name. So whatever the module name is there or whatever the class name is there, that the particular constructor is having the same name. And there are the types of constructors also, like there is a default constructor. That means we are not passing any parameters in that. Now here this DATTime constructor is a parameterized constructor. That means we are going to pass the different types of parameters in that. So here we are passing the parameters as a first three parameters. That means it is representing the day, current date. So since we are passing the three parameters, the only three fields are displayed. And if you observe here in the output, the remaining fields are having the value as a null, that is 0000. So the current date is displayed, that is 20th March 2023. So here if you observe in our program, first of all we have imported the DATTime module. Then after importing the DATTime module, we have used the DATTime constructor, and the parameters are there. We have passed in it 3 parameters. If you want, you can pass the total 7 parameters also. When we pass the total 7 parameters, that means day along with the date along with the time, so that all the 7 fields will be having the particular value when we are passing that. So and then we have stored this particular result in the x variable, and then we have displayed that using print function. Moving to the next, this is basically the StrfTime method for formatting the date and time. So basically this is a special type of function, we can say, or method, which we are going to use for the different type of operations. That is parameters in StrfTime we are going to discuss one by one. So if you observe here, first of all, the year, in the first column there is a year and 2 variables are there. For example, percentage y, that is a percentage small y and percentage capital Y. So whenever we are using the percentage small y, in that case whatever the year is there, for example if the year is 2023, so whenever there is a percentage y, that means the small version of that year will be displayed. That means 2023 will have only the 23 in it. So the short, we can say this is a short version of year will be get displayed. So if we want our date in this particular format, then we are using only the percentage y. Then whenever we require the full version of year, that means 2023 we require in full version format, so in that case we are using the percentage capital Y. So whenever we are using the capital Y, at that time the whole numbers, that is a 4-bit number, that is 2023 whole will be get printed. Now moving toward the next, that is related with the month. Similarly, month will be displayed. For example, first of all we are using the percentage W, that is a small w. Suppose the month is June, that is a JUNE. The small version of the month, that means only JUN will be displayed. Whenever we are considering the capital W, in that case the full version of name, that is a JUNE, will be get displayed. Moving towards the next day, that is a percentage small a and percentage capital A. Whenever we are using the percentage A, if the day we consider, for example Sunday is there, then for the small version we can say the Sunday will have only first three letters, that is SUN, and for the last for the next, that is capital A, if there is a Sunday, then full version of the day, that is SUNDAY, full version will be get displayed. Now moving towards the next for the hours. Whenever we are considering the hours, in hours, if you observe here, percentage capital H is there, that is in 24 hours format. If we want the time in 24 hours format, then we are using this capital H. Then whenever we require the time in 12 hours format, we are using the capital I. Also whenever we required our time in AM PM format, we are using the small p. Now moving towards the next, that is minutes. In minutes, if you observe, the minutes percentage M we are using whenever we want to display our minutes, that is the minutes will be in between 0 to 59. So in that case we are using this particular letter, that is percentage capital M. Also whenever we are using the seconds, so in that case we are using the capital S. So the seconds also will stand between 0 to 59. That means all the seconds value will be covered. Similarly, whenever we are using the microseconds, so at that time percentage small f is used to display the microsecond. So it is actually in 6 bits. So from the 0000000 to 999999. So all these values are covered in microseconds. So whenever we want to display that, we can use this particular percentage small f for displaying the microseconds. Now here is a simple program using this STRF function. So if you observe this particular code, first of all we have imported the DATTime module. After importing the DATTime module, we have used the second line. Basically we have used using the now method. Whenever we are using the now method, the current date will be displayed. So the particular second line will be for the displaying the current date and current time. So CD, that is current date, we have stored this, we have taken this particular variable and we have stored the result into that particular variable. So CD is equal to datetime dot now method. So basically second line will be having the output, that is today's day and date. So the third line, if you observe, it is having the cd.strf time. So percentage y is there. So basically in this particular percentage y, we can replace with another alphabets which we have seen previously, and our result is stored in the RES, that is a result, and we can print the short version of year, that is percentage small y is there. So the small version of year will be get displayed. So instead of this percentage small y, we can replace with another alphabet. So the another results, that means related to that alphabets, whatever the results are there, accordingly our program will change and output of that program will change. So here if we observe the output for this particular, you will find that 23 only printed the second output, because the first output is of the now method whatever we have used, and the second output is of this percentage y. So here we will end up with our session. Hope this date and time module is understood. Thank you.